Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in our truth and sincerity. To yours say Shalom. This is the brother Amawan Ariyah from GMS Charlotte Camp, coming back with another Lord willing, edifying lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel. And pretty much in this lesson, I wanted to do a response to the Elder Zahab. This page is GMS Spirit Wind Levi, and pretty much his lesson was called Elevate Your Battlegrounds. And pretty much, in a nutshell of what the elder was going into was pretty much, us fighting this fight in this walk, as far as us battling these demons, brothers going through different vices or whatnot, and how to overcome that. Pretty much, man, we have to elevate to the spirit, man. We can't fight these battles in the flesh, because hey, these are demons that are pulling on you to get you to go off, man, to get you to be in these different states of mind, man. All right, to be lazy, to be insatiable, to pretty much be a part of this world, man. All right, to get you bogged down in this world. All right, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has created a way for us to get out of these different situations by tapping into the spirit, man. So when we understand that, look, this is literally spiritual warfare for your energy, man. All right, for your spirit that we see taking place, and these different things are set up as a means to pretty much keep you in your lower self, man. All right, which is the flesh, man, instead of you being in your higher self, which is the spirit. All right, so I just want to go into a few precepts, to land back off, how that lesson, sparked my spirit, man. Okay. So first off, I want to start here. Excuse me. I want to start here in the book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 5, and it reads, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." All right. And it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he do? To whom will he be good, man?" And at the end of the day, man, you have to understand what you're doing in your day to day, man. All right. Every day is self-examination to make sure that you are walking in the ways that please Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Since I said self-examination, let me get this quick precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians. Excuse me. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. It says, "Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." All right. In the NLT, it says, "Examine yourselves to see if your faith is genuine. Test yourselves. Surely you know that Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is among you. If not, you have failed the test of genuine faith." Okay? And this is why, like I said, man, every day is an examination to see, all right, are you operating in a way that pleases Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man? All right, so when you go into this word examine, this is G3984. I believe it's periazo. And the definition, it says, to try whether a thing can be done, to try, to make trial of, to test for the purpose of exerting his quality or what he thinks or how he will behave himself. All right. It says to try or test one's faith, virtue, character by enticement to sin, to solicit to sin, to tempt of the temptations of the devil. Okay. And this is essentially, what this walk is testing us to do, man. All right, because as we are putting off the world, all right, the old man, all right, the old vices, the demons that we dealt with prior to coming into the truth, okay, they're supposed to come off you. Okay, they're supposed to pretty much, be left behind as you are renewed as being a new creature in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, so you know, every day pretty much coming into it, all right, you should be striving to strengthen your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, trying to shed the old man, all right, and understanding, the things in your life, if they're not adding to you, all right, if they're not helping you elevate, then hey, you gotta, pretty much purge out what is detrimental to your spirit, which is ultimately what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is doing, man, as we are being put, in certain situations, man. Okay? So going back to Sirach 14 and 5, it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his own goods, right? So if you're evil to yourself, if you're not, taking care of yourself and being good to your spirit, man, all right, how will you be good to others, man? And as we see the perfect example as with these Edomites, man, okay, because these Edomites live a self-destructive lifestyle, man. And so with that being known, look how they are treating the rest of the earth, man, and the people in the earth, the creatures, everything, man. He has a disdain for himself, therefore he shows that disdain to the rest of the world, man. And that's because everything is being destroyed because he hates himself. So how much more us, man? All right, because in the world we were taught self-destructive habits, man. All right, we were taught things that felt good but were detrimental to our spirit, man. All right, so it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, right? You're going to be pretty much, in a mindset to where you don't really understand what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given you for your benefit, man, which the ultimate form of that is this truth, man. Because as you continue to be bogged down by the ways of this world, all right, which is pretty much, no good to you, you can't really, dwell on what the fruits of the Spirit are, man, okay, and how they benefit you in your walk, man, all right? So I'm going to jump down to verse 11. This is Sirach 14 and 11. It says, my son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering, right? So to the best of your ability, do good to yourself, man. And, you essentially do that by, treating yourself according to how the spirit, says you're supposed to, love yourself, man. All right. You understanding you're an Israelite. All right. It's a certain, way that you're supposed to hold yourself accountable as, man. All right. So understanding how to properly eat. All right. Pretty much, doing things that is, good for your mental, your physical, and your spiritual, man. All right. And in doing so, this will elevate you in your walk. And, and in all doing these things, you give praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua because the Lord is the one that has opened your eyes to the resources that he has made available for you, man. Okay, because everything, all right, in this world can be used, to your benefit if you have the eyes to see, man. Okay, which is why the Spirit, has awakened us to understand, the layout of this world, man. And this is why, as the elder was going into in his lesson, all right, you have to elevate your battleground, man, because this world will have you focus on the problem, and the solutions are, pretty much made accessible to you through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but because we're so bogged down due to, our spirit being pulled in all these different directions, you're not able to see clearly, man. All right. But how you're able to, begin to recognize these things is by taking care of your houses, man. All right. Real quick, since I said that, this is Second Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13. It says, now therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. All right. And so as it says, to set thy house in order, man, you gotta realize, all right, what is in your house, man. Okay. Number one, all right, we know that this body is a house for your spirit, man. Okay. Now, as we going through, I want to be able to make this as clear as possible. So, real quick, just so I can add to that point. All right, so this is Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens." Okay, and so pretty much this earthly house, this tabernacle, is talking about this body, which we know belongs to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. All right, because we are the temple of the Lord. All right, as it said in I believe that's in First Corinthians, man. All right, we are the temple of the Lord. So this body is a house that houses our spirit, man. Okay, and so part of you taking care of your house, all right, is putting things in order. All right, pretty much, as we are, practicing to, be kings. Okay, a king is pretty much, put in order to order his kingdom. All right, so beginning with your kingdom, it starts with, your mind, your body, and your spirit, man. All right, and then once those are ruled properly, okay, then all right, the responsibility begins to move outwardly, man. All right, so you have to first take care of your mind, body, and spirit, man. This is why the Lord said to set thine house in order, man. All right, so understanding, all right, that this is our house, man. Now we have to begin to work on the proper maintenance to make sure that this house is in proper order so that it can function the best way that it can. All right, and you do that going back here to Sirach 14 and 11. It says, "My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offering." All right, so you do good to yourself by, maintaining and constantly, cleaning your house, man. All right, such as when you have, your physical house, man, that you live in. All right, you and your family live in. All right, you do good by, maintaining and cleaning your crib. Okay, this is why you do things around the house to keep the house clean, because you understand a dirty house, it pretty much invites spirits. Okay, so that goes as far as for your mind as well, man. All right, because if your body is pretty much, unclean or dirty, that invites spirits into your body, man. I mean, it's like it invites spirits into your body, which ultimately influences your spirit, man. Okay, because like I said, this truth, all right, it's supposed to cleanse you from that, man. All right, so to do good to yourself, man, you have to pretty much, begin to set things in order for yourself to where you can operate in the most opportune state, man. All right. So back in Second Ezra 14 and 14, it says, "Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." Right. So in doing so, you casting off the mortal thoughts, and you pretty much, putting off the burdens of men, and casting off the weak nature. Pretty much you are, shedding the fat. You're trimming the fat, man. All right. The different, leaven that we have in our spirit. This is why we have, high holy days such as, the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, we just came out of the Day of Atonement. These are high holy days that will help, help cleanse our spirit and pretty much, restore balance and order to our houses, man. All right, try to help bring us back to homeostasis, man. That perfect balance. All right, but you have to understand, how to do these things, man. So like I was making mention of, you getting your house in order. All right, understanding how things work that's good for you. Okay, so you clean up your diet, you eating, you know, a proper diet, man. All right, the Lord tells us how we're supposed to eat, man. All right, utilizing the herbs. Okay, scriptures talk about not being hefty upon meat. Okay, and this goes beyond physical food because, as you know, your diet doesn't just mean of what you put in your mouth; is what you put in your body. Period, man. Whether it be your ears and your eyes, also, man, because we eat what we consume in this body, man. So your eyes, ears, and your mouth are all consuming. Okay, so you want to be wary on what you're consuming, man. And like I said, this devil has put many devices out in this world to pretty much pull your spirit in all these different directions, man. All right, and so this is why we have to set things in order and get rid of things that are not conducive for you, man. Because we understand that, all right, the way that the devil has these things set up, all right, he wants to destroy you, man. All right, as Micah 2:10 it says, to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, because it is sore polluted and it will destroy you with a sore destruction, man. All right, so this place is poison, man, and everything that has been given to us, all right, is poison. All right, Esau has weaponized everything, so the best thing you could do, all right, to help get your things in order, man, is to be aware of what you're doing. All right, get a structure about yourself that you can abide by, all right, and keep that your standard, so that way you're doing the things in the spirit that is conducive for your growth, man. All right, and cutting, whatever you feel like is a problem out, you got to get rid of it, man. All right, because we know that this devil has many devices in the world. So let me read that real quick. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? So we know that this is a very demonic and satanic world, all right? And a lot of these devices or vices that, we battle on a day to day, understand that, hey, it's demons, all right, behind these different vices, man. This is why it's so hard for brothers to, and sisters to cut certain things out of your life, man. All right, the junk food, that's a demon. All right, you know, that laziness is a demon. you know, Smoking, drinking, all right, certain addictions, these are all demons. Okay, and the only way that we can really fight against these demons is, like I mentioned earlier, what the elder said, man. All right, you have to elevate your battleground, man. You have to pretty much put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shemi Shai and walk in the spirit, man. All right. So let me actually keep going on that Ephesians 6 and 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shemi Shai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, therefore having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the blessed plate of righteousness, with your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, and above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplications for all saints. So pretty much, you taking on the whole armor of Yahweh Shemi Shai, you begin to battle against this world, and in the midst of that battle, you begin to see what is good for your spirit, man, and what isn't. All right, and the things that aren't good for your spirit, all right, you're supposed to pretty much get rid of that. And as you begin to sup with Sophia, which is wisdom, all right, she will begin to show you, all right, things that are good for you and things that aren't good for you, man. All right. So continuing, actually, I'm gonna jump to this in Sirach chapter 15, verses 1 through 3. It reads, "He that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that have the knowledge of the law shall obtain her." All right. And so it says, "He that feareth the Lord will do good," and what is good in the eyes of the Lord, man. All right, to operate in the spirit, man. all right, to do the things that are pleasing unto him. Okay? It says, and he that have knowledge of the law shall obtain her, man. All right, so pretty much you operating to the best of your ability under the law, statutes, and commandments of what we have been given through the covenant that our forefathers made with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. As long as we walk under those guidelines to the best of our ability, all right, we shall obtain wisdom, and wisdom will grow with us, man. Okay, because that's how we learn discipline, man. All right, because when you go into the scriptures, all right, the fruits of the spirit literally it gives you the tools to know how to operate, man. All right. I think that's Second Peter. Yep. So this is Second Peter, chapter 2. It's like Second Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, Simon Peter, a servant and an apostle of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, to them that have obtained a like precious faith with us through the righteousness of Yahweh and our Savior Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of Yahweh and of Yahweh Shai our Lord, according as his divine power have given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness through the knowledge of him that have called us to glory and virtue. All right. So pretty much Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the Holy Spirit have given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness. And that's how you do good, man. By practicing things that, pertain unto life and godliness, man. How to live a righteous and godly life. That's how you do good in the eyes of the Lord, man. Okay? And in doing so, it says, through the knowledge of him that have called us to glory and virtue, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. Right. So the Lord has given us, all right, the exits from these different things that bog down our spirit. All right, but we have to tap into the spirit to be able to utilize these things, all right, to get out of it, man. Because like one of the point the elder said in his lesson, okay, he was like, look, you can't fight these different things off of your own volition, off of your own power, because hey, we in this flesh, man, this flesh is weak, okay, so we have to tap into the spirit, all right, and through the spirit, it has given us the necessary tools to escape the corruption that is in the world through lust, man. All right, because that's the main way that this flesh is plagued, man. All right, through the wanting of lust, man. Okay, because Esau has weaponized, all right, the human desire, man. Okay, because he knows we have to eat, we have to drink. All right, the Lord gave us wine, all right, as a thing to make the heart merry. All right, like we love women. All right, so the Lord gave us the act of sex, all right, as a means to reproduce, but he also made it pleasurable to where we would want to keep doing it. Okay, the Lord has given all things, good unto us, as it says in the book of Sirach, but Esau has weaponized everything, man. All right, so now you can't be overly indulgent in anything now, man. Okay, because it will destroy you. Too much of anything, even a good thing, it will turn into a bad thing, man. All right. Verse 5, it says, and beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren or unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. All right, and this is how you do good in the eyes of the Lord, man. So once again, going back to Sirach 15 and verse 1 again, it says, "He that feareth the Lord will do good." All right, so doing good, all right, you're gonna operate in a godly fashion, man. All right, walking in a godly conduct, man. And he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. And so when you operate under the guidance of the law, okay, which is our schoolmaster, all right, this is how you begin to add all those tenets of the spirit, man. Okay? It says, and as a mother, she will meet him and receive him as a wife married unto a virgin. Because that's what, wisdom is described in many forms, but it says wisdom is like a loving woman. All right, a loving woman, like your mother, a mother, a sister, a wife. A true loving woman is a nurturer that's going to be beneficial for your spirit, for your soul, man. And that's what Sophia is to us, man. All right. So it says, as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. And so wisdom will pretty much be, teaching us and guiding us on how to continue to be more godly and to be more righteous, man. She will lead us out of all, paths of temptation, man. All right. But this is why at the end of the day, man, you have to be, cognizant of what you're putting your spirit into, man. Because like I said, man, there's many devices that's put out here that are meant to distract you and eventually destroy you, man. Okay? So this is why you got to be, circumspect, man. All right? Let me get that real quick. All right. So this is First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right. So part of you being circumspect is you being sober. All right. And even, this is being, beyond physically sober. But even then, you want to limit, all right, things that, pretty much put your consciousness, under the influence. So yeah, like I said, man, drinking alcohol is lawful, but that shouldn't be a thing to where we're doing in excess to where your spirit is constantly under the influence. All right. This is why a lot of these people in the world, man, they're drugged up, man. Okay. They're constantly, intoxicated. All right. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, man. All right. But for us, okay, we have to be sober, as far as being aware, being circumspect, man. All right. So when you look up this word sober, is G4993, and it looks like Sofrino, I want to say. It says to be of a sound mind, all right, to be in one's right mind. It says to exercise self-control, to put a moderate estimate upon oneself, to think of oneself soberly, to curb one's passion. Okay, so we can't overly indulge in anything in this walk, man. Okay, because this could eventually become a problem to where is bringing your spirit down, man. Because everything that Esau put out in this world is a means to bring you and keep you in your lower nature, in that beast like state, to where the spirit isn't active. All right, and you're not able to tap into the spirit because you're too much in that lower self, man. All right. So you want to be sober and praying always, man, that Yahweh Shema Shai, number one, all right, he show you, what you're up against, so that you're aware of the battle that you're fighting, but then also to give you a way out, man. Okay? Because like I said, man, I want to get this real quick before I grab this next precept. 1 Peter 5:8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? So, once again, speaking on being sober, man, you go into this word, I guarantee you it's the same definition. Well, in a way, but yeah, in this definition of being sober, this is G3525, and the word is nepho or napho. It says to be sober, to be calm, collected in the spirit. It says to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. So it's still touching on temper, which you know temperate goes into being having self control. All right, to have self restraint, man. But it also means to be circumspect. So when you look up this word circumspect, let me go to the etymon online. All right, this word circumspect, it means to be cautious, wary, literally looking upon all sides. All right, to be deliberate, guarded, well considered. And that's how you have to be with your energy, man, with your spirit. You have to be guarded. You can't just be, willing to get into any and everything, man. Because, like I said, it could be detrimental to your spirit, man. All right? And a lot of the things that we like to do, all right, according to, our flesh in this world, it may feel good, it may taste good, all right, but it's not good for you, okay? They have that saying in the world, everything that glitters ain't gold, man. All right, so at the end of the day, you got to know, what works best for your spirit, man. So this truth is a constant trial and error, seeing what works for you and what doesn't, man. All right. So this is Sirach chapter 5 verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a small matter. It's like in a great matter or a small. So you have to search out everything. Did not King Solomon do that? Whenever he came into he came into the wisdom. All right, when he became king, and the Most High gave him understanding. All right, let's get that real quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and 11. It says, "Then I looked on all my works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun." All right. So when you go into this word vexation of spirit, so vexation, it says uh, H7469. It says longing, striving. When you go into the Strong's definition, it means a feeding upon. All right, and that's exactly what these different vices are, man. They're feeding upon your spirit, your energy, man. Okay, everything in this world is pulling at your spirit and your energy, man. All right, so you have to be aware of what it is that you're putting your hand to, man. All right, what you're like I said, what you're putting into your house, what you bring, it's like what you bring into your house, man. What you put into your spirit, man. Okay, this is Sirach 37 and 27. It says, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." So you have to be trying everything, man. All right. If it's not conducive to your growth in the spirit, all right, your growth as a man or a woman, all right. If it's not bringing in, if it's not being a positive asset to you, then hey, you need to get rid of it, man. All right. We have no room for liabilities in this walk, man, because a liability can eventually become something that's detrimental for you, man. All right. It says, "For all things are not profitable unto all men." It says, "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything." Okay, and this is why at the end of the day you have to try things out for you, because what works for you may not work for another individual, man. All right, certain things, certain brothers can do that you can't do, man. You know, certain things you do another brother can't do, man. All right, but it's all about your spirit, man, and what's good for your spirit, man, because everybody was given a different measure according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So you have to know what is beneficial for you, man. All right, and what isn't. All right. It says, "Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats." Okay. So I'm curious to see what this says in the GNT. Give me a second. Because that's the last thing in this walk you want to be is unsatiable, man. All right. So let's look this up, and I'm gonna go into that word as well, man. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. It's just my spirit was, touched when I heard the elder go into that. Cause I literally was thinking on this last night before I went to sleep. So just the fact that I woke up and the elder was doing the lesson on him, and that was the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. Okay. So this is Sirach 37 and 29 in the GNT. It says, "Don't feel that you have to have all sorts of fancy food, and don't be a glutton over any food." Now, I don't really like this one like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, food goes beyond what you are actually putting inside of your mouth, man. All right. Hey, what you watching, that's food. What you listening to is food as well, man. So you gotta be, very careful of what you allowing into your spirit, man. All right. So let's go into some words that I seen that was interesting. Curious to see what they come up with. All right, so it says unsatiable, but I believe the word is actually insatiable. So let's look up that. All right, so let's go to the free dictionary. All right, this word insatiable, it means impossible to satiate or satisfy. It says not being able to be satisfied or satiated, greedy, or unappeasable. All right, and as we know, the things of this flesh, okay, the flesh is never satisfied, man. So at the end of the day, you can't overly, indulge in the flesh too much. Otherwise, it will become it'll become bad for you eventually, man. Because like I said, too much of anything, even a good thing, will become a bad thing, man. All right. So real quick, just to add to that point, man, because the scriptures literally give all the instructions, man. All right. I believe that's first chapter. Let me see. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 8. It says, "All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing." All right. So ultimately, man, the flesh is never satisfied, man. All right. You can't give the flesh too much free reign, man. Because otherwise, all right, it will destroy you, man. Okay. You got to be careful of what you're putting inside of yourself, man. All right. So one more precept on that point. This is Proverbs 27 and 20. It says, "Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied." This is why, like I brought out earlier, what King Solomon did is that he searched out everything, and what he came to the conclusion of is that everything that he put his hand towards, all right, it was vanity and vexation of spirit. That word vanity means empty, and as we brought out, that word vexation, it means a pulling of, man. So it's pouring out your spirit. So you're supposed to be in a spirit of, pretty much not always consuming. Okay, you want to be able to pretty much, be creating. All right, because that's what Yahweh Shem Shai created us to do, man. Is to forward His image, which is to create, man. All right, Esau Edom, all right, he consumes, man. He consumes and doesn't create, man. So our innate nature is to create, all right, which is why we are the creators of everything, man. All right, and we have to get back to that state, man. And as you become, more groomed in the spirit, all right, the Lord will begin to show talents that you were blessed with that help you create. All right, this is why brothers were given certain gifts, man. All right, to pretty much nourish those gifts to help create, a more, keen image of the Lord within you. All right, and then that shows forth through what you do in the world, man. All right. This is why brothers are into certain things like the art, the music. Brothers are into, the herbs. All right. Creating, medicines. All right. Brothers got all type of talents, man. All right. And even sisters, man. Okay. Because that's our natural innate nature is to create, man. All right. But this world was put on, was pretty much designed to keep you in a consumer state, man. All right. To where you're constantly just feeding the flesh and you're not really bringing anything outwardly, man. All right. So this is why, once again, all right, you have to try what's good for your spirit. And if it's not helping you to pretty much, be more in the spirit and create, all right, then you don't need to be involved in it, man. All right. You need to let it go. All right. And this is all what this walk is teaching us, man, is to pretty much, overcome this consumer, mentality that we have been brought up in, man. All right. This fleshly, beast like mentality, man. Okay. All right. This is First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. It says, know ye not that ye which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. Because at the end of the day, what we all seek is the kingdom of heaven. All right. And we all have, pretty much been given the blueprint to run to the finish line, man. All right. So, number one, you got to get active, man. All right. And how you get active, all right, is learning what helps best suit you, man. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Okay. So, I'm gonna finish reading first. It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, right? And so when you watch the people of this world, all right, as they are, moving towards the vision that they had, the goal in mind for themselves, all right, they move in the most opportune, systems to help them achieve their goal, man. So if they're able to do this for a corruptible crown, something that's going to pass away, all right, some career achievement, life goal or whatnot, we're doing this to achieve the most, greatest prize of all, man, which is the kingdom of heaven, man, which salvation encompanies rulership, all right, the governance of the world, of the universe, man, all right. So it goes way beyond just winning a championship or obtaining some type of goal that you have set for yourself, man. Okay, some carnal goal, Slakia. All right. So in order for you to do that, you have to be temperate in all things, man. You have to know what is good for you, man. All right, what's helping you on your walk, man. All right, and move in that. It says, I therefore so run, not as certainty, not as uncertainty, so fight I, not as one that beat up the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway, right? So, hey, we have to be able to, keep our body under subjection and understand that, look, the spirit is stronger than the body, man. All right? Your body is going to do what your mind tells it to do. But if your spirit is not in the right place because your spirit is low because it's being drained by all these different devices in the world, these demons that's attacking it, then hey, you're not going to be able to pretty much, order yourself right, man. All right? So we're being taught on how to pretty much, tap into the spirit so that we can strengthen our spirit so that we can have control over this flesh, man. All right? So I want to get to this last verse in another version because it's a heavier version. Well, just as heavy. All right, I believe it's the NIV. Let me see. Yep, this is the 1 Corinthians 9 and 27 in the NIV. It says, no, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. All right, so yeah, we got to make this flesh our slave, man. All right, and in doing so, Okay, we have to get used to the uncomfortability that comes with, shedding, certain traits, man. All right, because we have built up, neural networks of, patterns that aren't conducive for our well being and for our walk, and to pretty much, rewire your spirit is gonna take some uncomfort, some discomfort, because we gotta change, man. And one thing about the flesh hates change, man. All right, and part of that change is pretty much, going through pain, and there's a quote dealing with pain that I wanted to read if I can find it. Um, but in a nutshell, it says something along the lines of avoiding pain only brings forth more pain. You know, roughly paraphrasing, and pretty much that's something that we have to embrace in this walk. All right, and it's not a good feeling, but eventually it becomes a good feeling because now you are putting efforts towards a more beneficial trait for yourself, man. All right, you begin to do good for yourself, man. Because in this world, doing evil to yourself feels good, and doing good to yourself it doesn't feel good, because this world is backwards, man. All right, so if you eventually do good to yourself enough, all right, by being in the spirit, all right, it will eventually begin to feel good, man. But starting out knowing you have to get rid of things that aren't good for you, it's not gonna feel good, man. But eventually it will. The more you stay at it, man. All right. And this is the Lord trying us to see how bad do we want the change, man. All right. How bad do we want that change, man? Because hey, when Yahweh Shah returns and he delivers us out of these fleshly bodies, man, and brings us into that celestial body, that spiritual body, all right, our minds have to be made perfect. Okay. Now, like I said, we're gonna falter because we're in this flesh, but our minds have to be, spiritually sound, so that when we get the body, we'll be in perfect sync, man. Okay. This is First Peter chapter 4. Sorry, First Peter chapter 1 verse 4 in the NLT. It reads, "And we have a priceless inheritance, an inheritance that is kept in heaven for you, pure and undefiled, beyond the reach of change and decay." And what's that talking about? That's talking about that body I just mentioned, man. All right, that change that's going to happen unto us, all right, once we are delivered. Because that's one of the things that when I read earlier about, what's waiting for us at the end, it's those new bodies, man. Okay? Where those new bodies, we're going to be perfect. And through your faith, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is protecting you by his power until you receive this salvation, which is ready to be revealed unto the last day for all to see. All right? So when we, Lord willing, are finally delivered out of this place, okay, the whole world will watch us receive those new bodies, man. All right, as we're being beamed up. But to get to that point, all right, the Lord is protecting us, all right, and guiding us on how to continue to stay, on the path to receive that, man. All right, which is you walking in the spirit, man. All right, Romans the 8th chapter goes into that fully in detail, man. Okay, and you can read that on your own. It says, "So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you have to endure many trials for a little while," which was what I spoke about, man. All right, you shedding these old harmful ways. All right, it's not gonna feel good at first, man, but it's ultimately a trial of our faith, because at the end of the day, your flesh isn't gonna want to change, man, but your spirit is gonna push for it, and to push through it, you have to tap into your faith, man. You have to tap into the spirit and rely on your faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to get you through the uncomfortable parts, man. Okay, that's the trial, man. All right. It says, "Even though you have to endure many trials for a little while, these trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold," as we read Zechariah the 13th chapter about the elect, the one third, all right, being passed through that fire and being found acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. It says, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold, so when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is revealed to the whole world, because the whole world will see you as you are, which is the sons of God, like it tells you in 1 John the 3rd chapter, man. All right, the world will finally recognize you as being one of the Lord's men. All right, you know. So at the end of the day, man, this is worth fighting for, man. Okay, because that's the glory that we seek after. It says, "Ye love," it's like you love him, even though you have never seen him. Though you do not see him now, you trust him and rejoice with a glorious, inexpressible joy, because we know at the end of the day, the Lord, he's with us, man. Through these words, he is guiding us, all right, into our higher selves, man, to our better selves, man, unto salvation, man. So we don't have to physically see him, because hey, we see him through these scriptures, man. We see him through the elect that we see, all right, on the videos, on the highways, all right, on our walk. We see the Lord in each other, man, as we continue to pretty much grow in this faith, man. So the Lord, we can't physically see his face right here and right now, but we know he's here. Okay? He's with us, man. As he told us, he was going to be with us whithersoever we goeth, man. Okay? It says the reward of trusting him will be the salvation of your souls, all right? Finally being taken out of these chains of darkness, man, and delivered from this wicked ass world. This salvation was something even the prophets wanted to know more about when they prophesied about this gracious salvation prepared for you. They wondered what time or situation the spirit of Hamashiach within them was talking about when he told them in advance about Hamashiach's suffering and his great glory afterward, right? They didn't fully understand a lot of what Yahweh Shah was saying until after he was crucified and rose up again. But even then, it was still things that they didn't understand. But now, in these last days, we have full understanding of it, man. Okay? It says they were told that the message was not for themselves, but for you, which is just what I said, man. All right? So that we in these last days have the full understanding of what Yahweh Shah was talking about when he was on the earth 2,000 years ago, man. All right? And now this good news has been announced to you by those who preached in the power of the Holy Spirit sent from heaven. It is all so wonderful that even the angels are eagerly watching these things happen, because hey, the angels, all right, in the heavens, all right, as we know, they're eager to do the Lord's will. So as they're in the heavens watching us down here on the earth do the Lord's will, man, they're in awe. They're amazed. As the scriptures say, man, we have been made spectacle unto all men, even the angels. All right, because they're seeing what we're doing, and they're excited every time a soul wakes up and repents. Man, the angels in heaven rejoice, because it's another addition of the Lord's plot coming to pass, man. All right. It says, so think clearly and exercise self-control. Look forward to the gracious salvation that will come to you when Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is revealed to the world. And this is what, the instruction that we have been given, man. All right, this is why one of the hardest things in this truth that we are learning, all right, is exercising temperance, man. That's self-control, man. Okay, because hey, certain things that we like to do that we have to put a limit on, man, or even get rid of, man, even though it feels good to you or it tastes good to you or whatever. It says, so when you must live as Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's obedient children. I'm gonna read 13 again, Slakia. It says, so think clearly and exercise self-control. Look forward to the gracious salvation that will come to you when Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is revealed to the world. So you must live as Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's obedient children. Don't slip back into your old ways of living to satisfy your own desires. You didn't know any better then, but now you must be holy in everything you do, just as Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua chose you to be holy, right? And that word holy means separate, man. So the thing that we did in the world that we didn't truly understand how it was bad for us, man. All right, we now know, man, and we are held to a higher standard, which is why, all right, it's such a hard fight to overcome it because, hey, once you identify those demons, the true fight begins, man. The true battle begins, man. And this is why we have to rely on the strength from Yahweh Shem Shai, not our own, to overcome it because we by ourselves cannot, fight these spirits, man. It's only through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai how we're able to overcome these things, man. Okay, so we must be holy. We must truly, if we call ourselves, disciples of the Lord, all right, we must be disciplined, man. It's like we must be disciplined, man. All right, because to be a disciple, all right, let's look into that word real quick. All right, disciple in the Etymology line, it says one who follows another for the purpose of learning. Okay, and that's what, all right, us being disciples of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai, he was the ultimate form of discipline, man. Okay, because when he was on the earth 2,000 years ago for his 33 years of living, he didn't sin once, man. He had the ultimate form of discipline. So this is what we, all right, as being followers of him, strive to do to the best of our ability. Now we understand being in the flesh, we're going to falter, but as it says, a righteous man get it back up. A righteous man falls 7 times. In fact, let me get that real quick. Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief, right? And so what allows us to get back up is our faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right. The Lord having, grace and mercy on us every time that we fall, all right, gives us the strength that we need to get back up and to understand that, look, as long as we keep believing in the Lord, man, we will eventually overcome whatever it is that we're fighting, man. Okay? But you have to have that trust in the Lord, though, man. Okay? So, once again, it says back in 1 Peter 4 and 15 in the NLT, it says, but now you must be holy in everything you do, just as Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who chose you to be holy. For the scriptures say, you must be holy because I am holy, right? So if you calling yourself a disciple of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, all right, then we must, follow his instructions, man. All right. We have to, move in the way that he taught us to, man. Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 27. It says, cease, my son, to hear the instruction that calleth to err from the words of knowledge. All right. NLT, it says, if you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn your back on knowledge. Right. So I'm going to deal with the King James Version first. And it says, cease, my son, to hear the instructions that cause it to err from the words of this knowledge, which is what? The ways of this world, man. All right. The knowledge of this world, all right, we're supposed to, pretty much cease from, indulging in because in this world, everything they tell you that's good for you is not. Okay. All right. The Lord gives the true instructions to life, man. This place was designed to instruct you how to destroy yourself, man. All right. So we have to be, renewed, all right, in the spirit and in our minds, all right, to understand true instruction, which comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right. Let's get that real quick. The wisdom. All right. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 4. It says, matter of fact, I'll read from the top. Proverbs 1 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon the king, it's like the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion, which we weren't given that in the world, man. Okay? Because hey, the ways of the world, when you really understand it, are contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So hey, we were taught to be simple in this world, man, and just to indulge in things without, you know, looking into it and knowing what it really does, man. Because hey, everything, as it says, I read earlier in Sirach 5:15 about being not ignorant in anything small or great. All right, it's deeper meanings to everything that you do here, man. Okay, when you start going into different things, you understand the deeper levels of why things are done and said here, man. All right, so the Lord, as I say, He's given us subtlety to the simple, and it says to the young man knowledge and discretion. When you get it, you get this word subtlety is H6195. It says shrewdness, craftiness, prudence. All right, and let me see. All right, so yeah, when you look at the Strong's definition, it says discretion. It says guile, prudence, subtlety, lily, wisdom. All right, so prudence, man, wisdom. At the end of the day, all right, giving wisdom to the simple and to the young man knowledge and discretion. It says a wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Right, and that's exactly what we have been taught how to be in this world as fools, man. All right, to heed, to pretty much despise the true instructions of life, man. To accept death, man. All right, so going back to Proverbs 19:27 in the NLT, it says, "If you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn your back on knowledge, man." All right, and that's what we have done in this world is we have stopped listening to the instruction of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and we have hearkened unto the ways of error. All right, so now we have been given, all right, true instructions, all right, on how to live according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's ways, man. And this is what has elevated us as a people, and this is why the world is trending towards the way that it's trending now because righteousness is slowly being established back into the earth, man. All right. So at the end of the day, man, you have to continue to pretty much purge out the old man. All right. Get rid of the leaven in your spirit, man. All right. And grow in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna end it right here. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect until next time I say Shalom.